Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Barber Talks, and today we have Jay on the chair, Jo-ell, and myself, the certified barber. Let's go.
Thank you, bro. That was nice.
That was nice, wasn't it?
That was nice. You're saying very good.
Are we live now?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a practice. No. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm in it.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Right, bro. What is it that you do and your job role explains?
So basically, I run a football coaching company, JC Football, and basically what we do is we run one-to-one sessions, classes, football camps, basically boys and girls, different ages, some adults as well. And that's basically like one side to the business, the football coaching side. And then basically we have a second side to it, which is like the sort of mindset mastery. And that's basically helping kids sort of understand how their brain works, how their mind works, how it sort of directs them every day, and getting them to sort of like take control of it again. And it can sort of range from different things, whether it's giving them that little confidence boost, whether it's building that little bit of self-belief, that sort of resilience, overcoming limiting beliefs, overcoming fears. So it can basically stretch from loads of different things, but sort of really getting them to understand what's going on in their heads and taking back control.
That's wicked, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Like,
it's interesting as well. Really interesting to see because everyone's different. You know what I mean?
Not a lot of kids will be able to access any.
No, exactly. And it's just like getting them to be like aware of it. It's not even getting them to be like experts at it straight away, but just giving them that little bit of awareness of what's going on, and then gradually building it, gradually sort of strengthening that sort of muscle memory to it all. Yeah, it's really
taking them through like a little journey to become their best,
exactly. Because they don't get taught it in school. You know what I mean? Like you're not taught how to think in school. You're told what to think, aren't you? So giving them that little, like I said, that sort of little bit of awareness to get them to understand it is massive. It's massive.
That's it, man. How did this all start?
So basically, I've been coaching for like 2 years, like different coaching companies, and then. Basically what happened, I had a parent come up to me like at the end of a class and they basically just said, would you be interested in doing like a one-to-one session for my son? And yeah, it just sort of went from there really. Obviously did the first session and then word of mouth sort of like took over, and then other parents that I'd already sort of built relationships with through the other companies. They then reached out to me, so I had like 4 or 5 sessions going on a week. And then, it was just sort of like a domino effect from there, to be honest. And, word of mouth was massive. More and more people kept inquiring about it, wanting to get started. But yeah, that's basically all it was. Just like one day, a parent came up to me and just said, would you be interested in doing some one-to-one coaching?
That's sick, isn't it?
Crazy.
It just shows.
It's crazy.
When you're good at what you do, it sells itself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's like you don't even think that you'd be like getting into that sort of aspect of things. But when someone says like, oh, can you do one-to-one? It's like, yeah, why not? And then it just becomes a lifestyle after, But that's sick.
Yeah, and that's what it was like. It was like after that first one, we did like a block of 3 sessions, and then, like sparks like an idea in your head, like, where can I take this? And like I said, when more and more people keep coming to you, it's crazy, because then it just sort of like turns into something itself.
Yeah.
And
what's like a typical challenge, like what's within your role at the moment then, like?
I feel like it's adaptability, being able to like adapt to every single session.
Yeah.
I think you two mentioned something in the first podcast that you did, like every client that comes in is different.
Yeah.
And you've got to adapt yourself to them. And it's exactly the same when it comes to like the coaching side of things, because you might have a player that's, 9 times out of 10, they're on the ball with it, they're ready to train, they're ready to perform, and then they might have had like a bad day or something. They come into your session and you've got to be able to sort of switch their mindset, within like 5 minutes to get the best out of them. So definitely adaptability, because obviously no 2 sessions are the same, no 2 kids are the same. And it's just, having that ability to being able to switch it up when you need to. Obviously, making sure the intensity and the standards are still the same, but changing yourself, changing the way you're communicating based on the person that you're with at the time.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
But yeah, that's one of the major challenges, and obviously it gets easier with the more experience you have.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you first start, it's it can be a bit of a puzzle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Because
yeah.
you're working around different minds.
Yeah,
like you say,
exactly.
no session is the same. So everything that you do, even though the overall thing is that you're, you know, coaching.
Yeah.
Everything, every time you go work changes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
man. I bet that keeps the role interesting too.
Yeah, and obviously with that whole mindset shift and being able to, you know, adapt to the different players. Obviously, me having to educate myself on how the brain and mind works has definitely given me like an advantage on, you know, getting the kids to, you know, being able to like sort them out, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Can we dig a little bit into mindset? Because the reason why I want to dig into this is because me and you went to school together.
Yeah.
So we went to school together, and after we finished school, we both did our thing, and then we met up, didn't we? You know, it was when did we meet up? Was it
a couple of months ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone quick.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about mindset. Basically, we had this conversation, and this conveation was sick.
Yeah, it was a deep conversation.
It was
a deep conversation.
It was one of them where it went deep really fast, and that's why I want to bring it up. Shut up. But
no, sorry. It's because earlier you said session instead of session.
I said what?
You said session instead of session.
Did I? Did I say
I
session?
I don't know.
I was trying to hold it in.
He's just listening. He's sitting there listening to it.
That way. So, talk to me about things you've learned about, you know, mindset. Talk to me about it.
So, yeah, mindset. Yeah, for me anyway, like my mindset at the moment is basically control, and that sort of internal control that I have of myself, and that's basically me being in control of my thoughts, my emotions, as much as I can. So literally, like throughout the day, my mindset is: am I in control right now? Am I in control? And that's just because if you're not in control of your thoughts and your emotions, they're going to be controlling you. And if they're controlling you, you're on some like autopilot. Yeah, you're not thinking for yourself. You're not acting in your best interest, because, like what we spoke about, your emotions are built on like your past experiences. So
I agree.
Yeah, like your emotions are based on your past experiences. So let's say let's say you've had like a bit of a bad day, you're angry, and you're filled with that emotion of anger. Your thoughts are now going to be angry, and then your actions are going to be angry, and that's your day gone due to that one emotion. So if you're not in control of yourself, you know, it's time gone, it's your day done, and you're not getting the best out of yourself. So really, really trying to regulate my emotions as much as I can, you know, not reacting to things, thinking them through. That's basically where my mindset is on a daily basis.
Do you, let's say, obviously you said control, do you go over this on a day-to-day basis saying that, okay, let's go, I'm in control?
Yeah, so like,
I'm in control of my emotions.
I try and meditate like twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the evening. And
how do you meditate?
It's so powerful.
It's sick, man.
I mean, I'm sitting there saying, I don't practice it every day, but
I mean, there's a million different ways you can meditate. I try and keep it as simple as I can. Obviously, do a little bit of breath work, you know, get yourself in a regulated state. And then mine is literally just sort of like thinking my day out, visualizing it all in my head, and then just making sure I stay level with it all. So, and then part of it as well goes into like the future. So like a lot of concepts that I've learned are from like Joe Dispenza and Napoleon Hill, and they talk a lot about thinking and then putting emotion into that thought effectively, and then things happen for you. Do you know what I mean? Things happen for you from there. If you can like control your emotion, direct it into your thoughts, and then sort of fuel that with like self-belief.
So it's more just like manifesting it.
It's like manifesting, and not like in the sort of terms of like law and attraction.
Yeah, I get that.
But like in terms, it's just thinking something, visualizing it in your head, putting like self-belief into it, and for me anyway, like things have like manifested from them.
Yeah.
So you've really reminded me of something that I read in a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
Yeah, good book.
Have you?
No.
Bro, honestly, I'll send it your way after this, yeah. Basically, there is a little bit in that book, and he talks about use your financial intelligence when making a financial decision, right? So let's say you trade in stocks and there's a company that, you know, you really want to do well. So then you start investing in it. You're not using your financial intelligence by doing so, because that's emotion. That's an emotional decision, isn't it? You're wanting something to do well, so then you're financing it. Wanting something to do well and it actually doing well is two separate things. So by using your financial intelligence, it's what you know financially about the company, and using that to then make your decision. And that's and that stems into, you know, making the decision off of your emotion, doesn't it? You know, if you can if you can stop yourself thinking with your emotion and start thinking with your intelligence, you then open up a new path to where you're going to go. Another time, it's these little things, isn't it? I mean, what you can grasp if you can grasp little things out of these books and these things to do with how you navigate through different decisions, is massive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like with a lot of books, like the same message just always pops up, where it's like, make sure you're clear on your thinking, whether it's in the present, whether it's in the future. Have like belief in it. So if you believe in like a certain future, you're going to feel the emotion of that future, and that for me is how like you manifest into like your current reality. Obviously, still putting the work in, but if you've got that belief and, you know, you're charged with that emotion, that's going to get the work done, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've already made it happen.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah,
made it happen without happening.
Yeah, because you already believe it. You already believe it's like your reality, whether like time has caught up to it yet or not. If you already believe in it, you're feeling the emotion of that future, and then you're going to be putting the work in. Because, for me anyway, in my head, it's already done. I've just got to sort of catch up to it. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy concept.
It's one of those things where I don't think everyone can kind of understand it unless you dig a little bit deeper into, you know, let's say the individual watching this will be thinking, what do you mean you just got to say what you're doing in the future? No, it isn't like that. You've got to really dig a little bit deeper. Yeah, you've got to really, a lot, like I said, a lot of it is that belief. You've really got to, you know, invest into it, believe it. And, you know, like I said, for me anyway, things have happened. I like to put a lot of it on luck, but at the same time, a lot of it is what I think anyway, just manifesting that future, putting the work in. And I feel like you get lucky, you get blessed if you do these sort of things. But that's just from my experience anyway. It's a saying that you create your own luck, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's actually a saying.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is true. I mean, even now when I get a question about this shop, you know, what was it, you know, how long did it take to do it? I was like, no, I said I was going to get a shop, and I did get a shop. It's the same with a couple of my other businesses. You know, what was it like to get that? And the only way I can kind of explain it is, you know, I told myself it was going to happen regardless of the environment I was in or the whatever else was happening on the outside. It was going to happen. There was no if, buts, maybes. No, it's going to happen. No questions asked. Do you know what I mean? I mean, even now, in different fields of work, if you can sit and say, I'm going to do this, regardless of this and this, it's going to happen. Yeah, no definitely. If, buts, or maybes. No, roll with that decision, stick to your guns, and make it happen. Yeah, that's kind of. Yeah.
Because like you don't focus on the things that can go potentially go wrong either. Like.
And when they do, you deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a problem. Exactly. This is my problem. This is the solution. It's not focusing on the problem. It's focusing on the solution. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, and that's how you get
knowing that you have a solution for it. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Talk to me about some habits you've built. So, I mean, we just spoke about meditation.
Yeah, so like habits, meditation is like a sort of non-negotiable. Organisation's one of them. Like, I need to make sure my next day is fully prepped, fully planned before I've like finished the day that I'm on. Try and get at least 30-minute workout in a day. Simple things like nothing, you know, no crazy morning routines, no crazy evening routines, just like basic things, to be honest. Like
that
I said, simple
thing.
Meditation, organisation, quick little workout sort of thing, and sets me up for the day.
That seems to be a viral thing. Like, people seem to think at the minute the only way they can get somewhere is by getting up at like 4:30 in the morning, sitting down and sort of speaking in the mirror for an hour about how you're going to do this and how you're going to do that. And that isn't always the case, is it?
And yeah, that's what the typical law of attraction preaches a lot. But I think it's, if you say I'm going to be a millionaire 100 times, it's going to happen. But like, there's no emotion in it. There's no like belief in it. There's nothing to it. Do you know what I mean? And that goes back to that whole emotional side of things and directing that energy into your actual belief.
Everything okay, Dan?
I didn't do that.
Dan's just messed up the studio.
Carry on.
You had one job, mate.
But yeah, man. Talk to me about your future goals for the business and where you're heading. What's the direction that you're going to go in, bro?
So, goals short term, basically, I want JC football to basically be, if you're in Leicester, someone talks to you about, I'm looking at getting my son or daughter some extra football coaching. Someone will say, have you heard of JC football? My son or daughter is a bit low on confidence at the moment. Go and speak to JC football. Well, they'll be able to sort you out. So, having that reputation, it's getting there. But obviously, across Leicestershire, that's a short-term goal. From there, basically, what we want to do, we want to be sort of branching out on a sort of national scale, working with some top level coaching companies across the UK. That's definitely on the to-do list. And then, sort of long-term, maybe international.
Yeah.
Seeing where it goes.
Why not, man?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why not? That's the question you've got to ask yourself.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
International sounds good, man.
Be sick.
What do you normally go into like schools and stuff at the moment?
Yeah, so we do a little bit of schoolwork as well, which is good, which is really good because again, like I said, we can get that mindset mastery message across to the kids. Obviously, it can be a bit tricky in a sort of classroom environment compared to like a small group or on a one-to-one basis. But yeah, we do a bit of work in schools as well. Which is really, really good.
And what advice would you give? So let's say, someone wants to get involved with what you do. Yeah. Whether it be a parent trying to get the kids in, or let's say somebody wants to come on board as a coach. Yeah. How would that work with you?
We're always looking to bring new coaches on board. We're actually on the lookout at the moment. So if it's something you're interested in doing, drop me a message. We've got a careers page on the website. We're always looking to bring top level coaches into the company. If they wanted to get it started themselves, I'd definitely recommend make sure you've got like the necessary experience. Don't rush into it because that's definitely one of the things that bugs me a little bit. I feel like it's definitely a saturated industry now, football coaching, and there's so many coaches that will, they'll run 1 or 2 sessions and think, right, I'm going to go out and start my own coaching company now without sort of like paying their dues. Not sort of learning about different players, like I sort of said, not learning about being adaptable to the sessions. Definitely go out there, get the experience, and yeah,
man. What about parents trying to get the kids in with you as well? Are they best to contact you?
Drop me a message. We'll be able to get them set up straight away. We'll basically have a sort of like chat. We'll work out what would be the best sort of service for them, whether it's on a one-to-one basis, whether it's training on like a 2-to-1, maybe with their friend, or we can potentially pair them up with a player of a similar ability, or whether a sort of class-based environment would be better for them. We offer a load of different services based on what the player needs, to be honest.
And you're based around Leicester at the moment?
Yeah, based around Leicester. So.
And would you basically say that you cover most corners of Leicester? So let's say if someone's in one area and then another person's in another area of Leicester, is there somewhere where, you...
Yeah, so at the moment, we have 2 main locations that we train. Scrattoff Valley Primary School is the first, and then Judge Meadow College is the second. There are 2 main training centres, and then obviously, like I said, we're sort of looking to branch out a little bit, potentially towards Loughborough area as well. But typically, most players will like come into one of our training centres, and then we get them set up from there.
Nice, man. And I was going to ask you, what is something that annoys you about the industry you're in? But I think
like I said, it's just oversaturated at the moment, and like I said, I don't feel like enough coaches go out there and learn how to become a good coach before they jump straight into a business. Like I said, I keep coughing. Like I said, I took about 2 or 3 years learning from different coaches, learning at different companies before I was sort of lucky enough to have the opportunity to start JC Football, and sort of like create my own philosophy around it all. And like I said, I just feel like there's too many coaches out there that will start their own coaching company, no real experience, put a few ladders up, put a few cones up, and then the service just isn't there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it bugs me a little bit, and that's why I say, come and learn from us, come and learn at JC Football. We'll be happy to help you out, sort of thing.
How do you know? How do you know to go to the right coach though? Because obviously, let's say if a child's literally just gone to, let's say, a random company.
Yeah.
And they obviously heard good things about other people. Okay, yo, you need to go there. He's sick. How would you say, like, they're not bad at their job, but just not going to the correct form, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Like I said, there will be like good coaches at different companies as well. But like, we'll try and be as honest and as transparent as we can. If we don't feel like there's a player that would be suitable for us, we would be happy to sort of like find the best sort of solution for them and direct them to somewhere that could be better for them. So for example, let's say the top level academy player has come to us. I don't feel like we're quite at that stage yet. So we would be happy enough to direct them to, you know, a facility or a company which is, you know, more at that level or is more of their focus compared to what our focus is at the moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. And I suppose the big advantage that you've got as well, I suppose in an advantage, it's more about what you do, what's a bit above and beyond is the fact that you've studied the mindset stuff with the kids. I mean, I've never heard of any other company doing that.
No, because they really usually just get to the point.
Yeah. I feel like, that's definitely helped us out a lot in terms of our growth, just because, you know, we try and build that sort of personal relationship with the player and making sure we're checking in with them, understanding what's going on in their head. So, you know, they're confident enough. If something is going on, instead of them bottling it up, they'll come to us straight away, like during our like weekly session sort of thing. And we can break that down, spend a few minutes on it, help them understand it, and then, we can get them started basically. And it's been a game changer. Parents have noticed the difference. Players have noticed the difference as well. And I feel like that's why, you know, we've had the sort of quick turnaround of success in a short amount of time. Just from like building those personal relationships and, you know, just doing what we can to help.
Yeah, definitely. Sick. You know what Jay said about the thing of it become quite saturated because people are kind of coming in, not paying their dues and trying to set up by themselves too quick. Would you say that's kind of a thing that we're suffering with at the minute in the barbering industry? Do you think, because some people do try to kind of come in, sell fast, don't they?
Yeah.
Without getting some real experience in the shop. And
the thing is, because I feel like they'll come in, they've not asked anyone for any sort of like help, any sort of support. I feel like even what Josh was saying earlier, all you need to do is ask, you know? Just ask and we can provide that help, you know?
I think you can't. A big thing, people kind of want their own name on stuff, but don't actually know what they're doing in the process.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You need the patience for that. You need to build up to things, don't you? So I feel like if you don't like build up to it, have that journey going through it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Gain the valuable experience that you need.
Gain the confidence.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest thing in any sort of industry at the moment, you know? If you ain't got no confidence.
We see barbershops day in, day out, go up and down. Yeah. Come in, open up. They realise that they're only worked as they've probably done a course. Yeah. Set up as a barber. Run for a couple of months, realise that, you know, they've not actually got any experience in it. And it's exactly what you said with, you know, coaches probably coming in, chucking out a few cones, getting the kids to run around for 5-10 minutes and then...
Like parents notice that and like clients will notice that if you're not, you know, providing that service, which is at, you know, the standard that they expect and that you expect of yourselves, they're just going to go out and find someone else.
It's mad you say that because obviously if the parent isn't in your industry, they notice that. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, he's not doing his job correct, you know?
Yeah. And they like, say if there's a parent that will, like, I've seen it at other places I've worked, if a parent can see that their kid's not getting what they're expecting them to, they're just going to pull them out. Because they might not have a clue about the coaching side of things, but they can read like their own kid's body language sort of thing. And, you know, they can pick up on these things, like you said.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Bro, I'm going to wrap it up. Can you just let everyone know who's following your Instagram?
Yeah. So it's JC Football Coaching _ on Instagram. And then we've got the website, www.jcfootballcoaching.com.
Sick. I'm going to tag his Instagram below as well, just to make it a little bit easier. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Man. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Guys, just want to say a big thank you for everyone supporting us at the moment, liking, commenting, sharing. Literally, it's been an amazing journey so far.
It has. We need your help.
Yeah.
That little button, what says subscribe, we're going to need you to subscribe. Please.
Just give us some support. Literally.
Please.
The more people who view it, the more content that's going to be out. So you do not
Just click
want to
the
miss
button.
out.
Just click the button.
Yeah, just click it. Just click it.
Little tap. That's all you need to do. Just little
That's it.
click.
You get me?